What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. My name's Melissa and this is Mac Methods. If you're watching this, it's probably because you saw the title of this video, and some of you already know this, some of you don't, some of you guessed it. The rumors are true. I am officially leaving the Monterey Bay Aquarium. I got a full-time job, basically as a social media manager for a high-end art gallery in Carmel. I am very excited for this opportunity. It's got a ton of flexibility for schedules, a lot of new skills that I'm really excited to learn that totally are right up my alley. So I am really looking forward to it. That said, I wanted a place to have all of my memories, moments, photos, videos, everything from my journey at MBA in one place for me to look back on 5, 10, 30 years down the road if I live that long. So I'm making this video more so for myself than for anybody else, but obviously I'm going to share it with you. And it's featuring all of you. Don't worry, you're not going to have to look at this face for much longer. There's a lot of content that I'm going to put up instead of me. So I'm basically just going to share my whole story of my time at the aquarium and look back on it. The ironic thing is, I just about murdered my chances of ever working for the aquarium before I was ever even hired. I found some fun emails, original emails, from when I essentially blew off the one and only Kat Chiappa. Kat, I'm so sorry. I don't even know if you know that this happened, or if you do remember that this happened. I'm not sure if you know that it's me, or maybe you do and you just never said anything. But nonetheless, that turned out to be okay. So check this out. I found the original emails to Kat in 2015 before I ever worked at the aquarium. Okay, remember that I started at the aquarium in 2016. So let's go through the journey of Melissa murdering her chances of working at the aquarium. Here's my headshot before I lost a bunch of weight and thinned my eyebrows out. So that's great. May 1st, 2015. I said, hi, my name is Melissa Kamnikar. I'm a local actor and finishing the semester as a full-time student at MPC. Unfortunately, I was planning auditioning for your summer program, but I had an unexpected death in the family and I had to fly to Utah for the funeral the night before your auditions. Valid. I heard you may still be looking for actors and I'm very interested in auditioning if this is the case. Attached is my current resume and headshot. Any further information you can provide me is much appreciated. Thank you. And here is my resume, but the format got all messed up. So Kat replied, keep in mind this is May 1st. I don't know what the days are of the week, but this is May 1st. She replied that night, I'm sorry to hear about your family. The good news is we are still casting and holding another audition this Sunday from 1:30 to 3:30. If you're interested, you need to meet in front of the aquarium. Between those times, just ask a staff member and they'll walk you over to the auditions. Please prepare 2 short monologues, 1 modern comedic and 1 modern dramatic, no more than 2 minutes in length. Thanks, Kat. So I replied and said, awesome, I'll be there. Thanks so much. That was May 1st. May 10th, I emailed Kat and said, hi, Kat. We exchanged emails a few days ago and you said you were holding another round of auditions for the summer actor program today between 1:30 and 3:30. False. I was just at the aquarium and a few people were helping me try to get into the location of the auditions, but said that you were not in today. I live in Salinas, so I'm wondering if we can maybe red chili a time that you will be in. Clearly I meant reschedule, but I didn't reread my message while I'm trying to get this job and already effed up. So there's like 27 more ticks against me. Or I can send you my monologues via YouTube and email you my headshots and resumes. Please let me know what works best for you. Which would be just not hiring me. Kat, if you're watching this, I wouldn't have replied or hired me either. I emailed Kat. Okay, so that this is just an adventure in itself. That was at 1:51 that I emailed her saying that she effed up. I emailed her back the same day on the 10th at 2:36, realizing what I had done. saying, so apparently I'm dyslexic and misread the date of the second auditions being last Sunday, in which I was in the middle of a closing performance for a show. May of 2015. I have no idea what show that was. I'm extremely bummed out and even more sorry that I told you I'd be there and didn't show up. I'm going to record my monologues and send them to you anyway with my resumes and headshots in great hopes that there's some tiny possibility that you can review them and forgive me for my mistake. I'm always very prompt and efficient, and I'm thoroughly kicking myself. I'm very sorry, and I hope maybe you guys are still looking for actors. Also, I said maybe you guys, which is a big no-no in Kat Chiappa's book. So, again, there's 37 more negative points toward me. I emailed her 4 days later, May 14th, 2015. Again, my subject heading is not capitalized. Hi, Kat. Once again, I deeply apologize for my misunderstanding and absence at your final auditions. I was looking forward to it all week, having no idea I already missed it. I'm extremely interested in participating. If you are still looking for actresses, here are my 2 contrasting monologues. Sorry, they're a little bright. As well as my headshot, work and acting resumes and references. If you are not hiring anymore, I understand, but thank you for your time anyway. I tried to watch these, and they're not available, so clearly I deleted those. Which would have been really funny to watch, but also very cringeworthy. So there, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of my acting career at the Monterey Bay Aquarium, and it hadn't even started. I genuinely don't know if Kat had any idea. Did you know that that was me when you met me the next summer? I'm really curious. All right, so I missed an opportunity in 2015. Kat, I'm so sorry. That's all right, though. I came back. 2016 rolls around. Smash that audition. Get in there. Get moving. I am now officially an employee of the Monterey Bay Aquarium. 2016, I started my journey there on Memorial Day, actually. We started rehearsals on Memorial Day for the summer theatrical program. I started out as an actor. We ran the show through September of 2016. Honestly, one of the absolute best summers of my entire life. So much fun, so many memories, most notably becoming known around the entire aquarium and all of the security team as the girl who sneezed and hit her head on a door.
You sneezed? Yeah, I was opening a door. And then I hit my head on the door. Oh.
That happened. I don't know, like, it just happened. I was coming out of the bathroom, I sneezed. Achoo, I don't know. So the 2016 season came and went. I left the aquarium in pursuit of a phlebotomy career. If you don't know what phlebotomy is, it is the act of drawing blood. And so I did that, graduated the top of my class. The new year came, I tried to find a job as a phlebotomist. I could not find said job, and nor did I want to. All I really wanted to do was go back to the aquarium. I stayed in touch with Michelle and asked her the best way that I could potentially get my foot back in the door, and she said go to a job fair. They were having one, I went. They would not let you through the door until you filled out either 2 or 3 different departments that you would want to potentially work in. And I was basically only going out as a GE rep. So I looked through the stuff and I was like, I don't know what any of these other jobs are, but I guess security, like they seem cool. So I went in, and little baby Melissa, having basically no job experience except for working in a restaurant, which was awful. I didn't realize that I was literally going to be interviewing, and I was very unprepared, much less unprepared to interview with security. Mind you, this was 2017, spring of 2017. So I did an interview with the person who was doing the operational stuff, went out for a GE rep. Thought I had that in the bag. Apparently I didn't. They didn't hire me for that. And I went over and I did an interview with one of the security supervisors. They asked me a question. I answered the question. Mid-sentence, I am mid-sentence. This person stops me and literally goes, hang on, are you the girl that sneezed and hit her head on a door? In that moment, I will never forget, I was like, I'm never working at the aquarium ever again. Look where I am now, security. So that happened. Needless to say, I did not get hired. Summer of 2017 came around. I went back out for the theatrical program, got a job again as an actor, same thing I was doing the year before. About a week into rehearsals, very first week of the season, something happened and I was asked to step up as a lead actor. So within the theatrical program, there's actor, aquatic performer, they're on the same plane, they do all of the performing. Lead actor does performing 3 days a week and then takes over tech and kind of stage manages on the days that the supervisor is on their weekend. And then the assistant supervisor of theatrical programs runs the show and does all of the tech and only steps in as needed. So I was asked to step up to lead actor, and at the time I had every intention of saying no. I thought about it over my weekend, came back, and my mind was made up. I was gonna decline. I didn't want to do it because I didn't know why they had asked me to do it. Still to this day, don't know why, but at the very last second, I said yes. I guess I was just like, if they saw something in me that I didn't see in myself, like they're not gonna ask me if they don't think I can do it. So I accepted, ran the season of 2017 as a lead actor, stayed on with the aquarium after the season ended as an on-call in the sleepover and night event programs. So I did sleepovers and then also worked as an event ambassador throughout that time. I believe that was the only job that I had for the next 6 months or so. I think I was also at MPC during that time, accidentally finishing my 2 associate's degrees. Literally. I was heavily into my acting career at that time. Got a call from a counselor one day at MPC saying that I needed to come in, and I assumed it was just gonna be like, what are you gonna take next year? So I went in and they were like, are you planning on walking the line? And I was like, what, like graduation? No, like I'm not graduating. And they were like, well, no, you're graduating. And I was like, but I'm not going out for degrees. And they were like, well, you got them. And I ended up completely, honest to God, completely by accident getting an associate's in acting and an associate's in directing for stage, and did it 100% by accident because I took literally every single class that I could because they were so fun. It was like our own fun secret little cult. So I got that, and then continued on through the year with the on-call programs. Then the summer of 2018 rolled around and I went out for the assistant supervisor of theatrical programs. Got that job. So we're 3 seasons in at this point and I have progressed up every single time. So I was doing pretty well. Ran that season, oversaw, helped to direct all of that good stuff. And then I can't remember if I went back to the on-call program or if I went straight over to programs. That's a little hazy. But regardless, somehow I ended up in the programs team. They actually ended up creating a position for me, which is just unreal. So I ended up as the supervisor of specialty programs. So I oversaw the entire theatrical program. At the time, the entire sleepover program until we got the sleepover supervisor. Hi, Rachel. And also coordinated all of the event ambassadors and scheduling everything to do with them for night events. While I was doing that under my specialty title, I was also doing programs. So within the programs team, you do on-mic feeding shows, auditorium programs, and tours, and then train other people how to do them as well. So it's a lot. It was a lot, but it was so much fun, and I've gained invaluable skills through all of that, and am eternally grateful for my whole journey there, but especially that position, because it pushed me beyond limits that I ever even knew that I had. So I did that for about a year and a half, and then the COVID-19 pandemic hit.
This is truly an unprecedented situation.
This virus doesn't discriminate. It attacks everyone.
I have today declared that the coronavirus presents a public health emergency in the United States.
At the time, we had closed assuming that we would just be closed for 2 weeks as a precaution. We still to this day are closed over a year later, but they are planning on opening in a couple of weeks. We worked from home for 6 weeks, I believe, and then the furloughs came around. Myself and most of my team were furloughed, with the exception of a couple people that were going to be doing web-based programs and stuff like that. I spent the next 5.5 months on furlough and spent pretty much all day, every day out in nature, which was incredible. I was hiking, running, swimming in the ocean, paddleboarding, just going crazy. And it was, I mean, I was in the best physical shape that I've probably ever been in my entire life. Mentally, however, I was not. I know that being furloughed and my journey through that brought to light my anxiety disorder that I think I've been living with for years and had no idea. I ended up having a catastrophic mental breakdown and going to a doctor, going to a therapist, and the therapist essentially told me that the endorphins I was releasing by all of the physical activity I was doing every single day essentially kept my anxiety and depression at bay so that I could still function. 5.5 months came and went, and toward the end of July, I got a call from the HR department at the aquarium asking if I wanted to be recalled in the security department. I would be coming back as a security officer through and through. I would not be in my other title just helping security. I 100% would be a security officer and working for the officer's pay, which is significantly less than I was making before. At that time, the pandemic was in full swing. The light at the end of this tunnel was nowhere in sight. And myself, my friends at the aquarium that were furloughed, were all predicting that we would be laid off very soon. The people that were furloughed and eventually laid off lasted a lot longer than we thought, but we thought we were going to be laid off very, very soon. Because in our mind, like, they didn't need us. We did programs and programs weren't happening. And the programs that were happening online, they already had people doing. So we were like, we don't need to be there. So I thought about it, called HR back and accepted, because to me, I was stupid if I didn't. It was a job, it had benefits, and I would much rather go back and work for the organization that I already knew, for people that I already knew. I was already pretty tight with the security department just from the job that I had done before. I had to work pretty closely with them in a lot of the events that I was doing. So I figured, I'd be stupid not to take this. I got that call at the end of July. July 31st, I bought myself my new car. A few weeks before I got that call, I had been wanting to get the Wrangler, and my parents told me not to. As soon as I got the call from HR, I decided to go get it anyway. And bought myself my 2020 Jeep Wrangler Sahara North Edition. Obsessed with that girl. So that kind of ended up being my congratulations, you survived quarantine and being furloughed and you got another job present to myself. Anyway, mid-August, I started at the aquarium again as a security officer. The next few months, little did I know, would be some of the absolute hardest times I would ever have to get myself through completely alone. I didn't have to do it completely alone, but at the time, in my mind, I didn't really feel like I had a choice. A couple people knew how hard of a time I was having, but nobody knew that I was spending most of my shifts crying and having mental breakdowns in the bathrooms and in the closets and in people's offices and in stairwells hidden from cameras. It was so hard having been furloughed for 5.5 months. So having been back, in my mind, look at the stuff that I had done before. I was supervising staffs of upwards of 20 to 25 people at a time, doing all of these incredible things with so much responsibility. So in my mind, I'm thinking that people are gonna be like, dude, what's your deal? Like, you can't manage to come to a swing shift where you're like walking around checking to see if doors are secure? Like, what's going on here? So it was hard. I'm gonna come sit with mommy. Okay. Your breath smells like poo-poo. So anyway, I started on swings, then went to grays. It was a very gray time for me. Graves broke me. I have never in my life even contemplated walking in to work and quitting right then and there until I had to work a grave shift. That, I can't. Is that comfortable? So then I went to days, finished my training, stayed on the days rotation for a little while, and then I transitioned to swings, which I'm on now. And I absolutely love the swing shift. Most of my coworkers don't understand why, because they hate it, but I absolutely love swings. I don't like it because everybody that I want to hang out with and run with after work is now at home while I'm going to work, which sucks. I do really like the swing shift because I like getting off work when I'm tired from work, going straight to bed, waking up, taking my time in the morning, doing whatever I want to do, going to run in the daylight, having the daylight to do stuff, and then going to work at night while I wouldn't really be able to do anything else because it's dark. But I'm excited to switch back to a normal shift and be able to hang out with people and be at family dinners and have holidays off, do stuff like a normal person. So there you have it. That's essentially my MBA journey. Major shout out to everybody who's been involved. I'm not going to do like a big heartfelt thank you and goodbye because I hate all that sappy nonsense.
I threw up.
General thank you for the opportunities that you have all given me and being in my life, and positive, negative, all of it I have learned from. I have taken lessons from every single moment. And if I could do it again and I had to do it again, I would not change a single moment of it. It's all been incredible. And I may be back. Who knows? Maybe an opportunity will come up and I'll end up back there. I never say never because I cannot predict the future. None of us can. And you never know where you're going to end up. That's all. I have to go to work my last 2 days. By the time that you see this, my time there will have ended. So I love you all. I'll be around. I'll bring y'all cookies and treats and you can come running with me. Come hang out and work out with me. That is all for this video. I love you all. Thank you.